The sun was slowly rising over the forgotten coast of a quarry. The salty wind lashed the dunes, and the raging waves crashed against the rocks, as if the sea itself refused peace. On the beach, a man with black scales and a shark's mouth was moving slowly. A notorious criminal, hunted throughout the kingdom for his acts of piracy and treason. He was called Resorphin. But Resorphin wasn't alone. On a hill overlooking the bay, a silent figure observed the scene. Wrapped in a dark cloak, her eyes visible only under her hood, she held a long-range rifle, perfectly adjusted. She murmured, concentrated. "Target locked. Goodbye. No margin for error." But as she gently pulled the trigger, a lightning bolt, a shot, a trail of light tore through the sky, and a child fell from heaven, directly on Resorphin's head. The criminal collapsed on the sand, knocked unconscious. The shooter's eyes widened. "What is that, is it?" The child slowly got up, the sand stuck to his clothes. He was wearing a simple t-shirt, dusty pants, and around his neck a strange scarf made of white feathers. His black hair was in a mess, his eyes shining with innocence. And a strange golden glow. "Ouch. That wasn't planned," he says, rubbing his head. "I am arrived?" He looked around, confused, then looked up at the armed figure on the hill and smiled. "Oh, hello." The boy was still shaking the sand from his hair when the sound of footsteps in the dunes caught his attention. He turned around and saw the figure approaching. Floating cape, weapon still in hand, confident gait despite the visible tension. She stopped a few paces from him, raised her hand slowly, and she took off her hood. Hair with blue-green reflections cascaded, reminiscent of the waves of a clear lagoon. Her eyes shone like saltwater pearls with a purple glow. She had scales under her eyes and small fins on her ears, but she almost looked like a human, and her legs, although wrapped in special trousers for walking on land, betrayed her marine origin. She was a mermaid.
"What are you?"
she asked curtly.
"Me?"
replied the young boy, a little lost.
"I'm Kiba, I'm 6 years old. And I think I fell."
"I just crashed my target."
"It wasn't on purpose. But at least he's no longer dangerous, right?" She stared at him, suspicious.
"What are you?" "Did I tell you? Am I Kiba?"
replied the boy, still a little stunned.
"Go practice."
"That's where you are."
"Goes." "Human?"
"It doesn't exist."
"I have never heard of a species called human."
"Really?" "Me, do I exist yet?" Kiba replied, shrugging his shoulders. She frowned.
"You don't have a notebook. No claw. Offends nothing how you are still alive. My father told me that my head is solid."
"And I have that with me." He lifted his scarf of white feathers. She looked at her for a moment, intrigued.
"What's that?"
"My father Ryu's feathers. The king of the 12 primordial creatures." A long silence.
She lowered her weapon, but remained alert.
She observed the strange child cautiously.
"You say your father's name is Ryu?"
"Yes. The king of primordial creatures. Don't you know him?" "Never heard that name," replied the young girl, shaking her head.
"I read all the old stories of the oceans. Did you invent it?"
Kiba blinked, a little surprised. "What?"
"But it exists."
At last, it existed. He raised me. He was the one who taught me how to use Laura.
"Laura? Another word that only exists in your mouth, kid?"
She circled around him, as if looking for a logical explanation. You fall, you serve.
You speak of a power called Aura, and you say that he is the son of a king whom no one has ever seen or heard. Of course, you didn't take a rock on your head when you landed.
Kiba clutched his feather scarf against him. I'm not lying. My father is dead. Before disappearing, he told me to find the other 12.
And that, I was their last hope.
She stopped.
His gaze softened, just a little. You really seem to believe what you're saying.
It's the truth. I swear. She crossed her arms.
Well, either you're completely crazy, or you're dangerous, or you're important. And in this world, all three usually end.
So no two choices. You come with me, or you stay here and you see how long you survive in a ruined kingdom. Kiba smiled faintly. Do you want to threaten me, or do you want to protect me? Both. Come on, move. It's not the right place to talk. Follow me. Kiba trotted behind her, still a little disoriented by his sudden arrival in this unknown world. She was walking quickly through the rocky dunes, the weapon always at hand, casting furtive glances in all directions. Where are you going like this? He asked. There is a cave not far away, a hideout used by smugglers. Empty of today, I hope. After a few minutes of walking, they reached a stone wall hidden behind a curtain of dried seaweed. She pushed a stone and a narrow opening opened. She entered first, Kiba in his wake. The interior was dark, but dry. She lit a magic lantern that diffused a bluish light. Is it your home? Kiba asked. No, but I slept in much worse. Good, listen to me carefully. She crouched down in front of him. My name is Erica. I am 9 years old. I work for the Aquari Adventurers Guild. It's not an army. It's not a bunch of heroes. We do missions that pay well. Do you want a treasure found? A captured criminal? A creature slaughtered? You pay, we take care of it. Kiba blinked a little surprised. And you do all that? To help people? No. I do this for the money. Rare pearls, the crystals of men, marine parts. Everything that glitters and can be exchanged. She dropped onto an old dusty cushion. So if you don't have gold, no useful info or anything to make me win. I'm not interested in you. Erica put her rifle against a rock, sat down and crossed his arms. Good. You already know that I work for the Aquari Adventurers Guild. We do dirty jobs, risky and sometimes frankly absurd. And all this for one thing, money. Don't like helping people? Kiba asked, sitting down in turn. She stared at him and smiled amused.
He smiled amused. If his name is, maybe? Otherwise, no. The world is cruel. Kid. Me, I don't help for free. You're lucky that you were funny to see fall from the sky. Kiba lowered his eyes a little, both with sadness and melancholy. I don't want you to put it for free. I have to find the other primordial creatures.
That's all I want.
Erica raised an eyebrow. The primordial creatures? Are you going to tell me that you're on a mission for gods now? Not gods, but goalkeepers. They were there above all. My father was their king. Finally. I think? He raised me. He taught me everything. Even the aura. Erica chuckled. The aura. Another word that means nothing to me. What's that? It is a force that comes from the world itself, from the breath of the mountains, of the song of the seas, of fire in the bowels. Kiba said, as if he were reciting a phrase engraved in his heart. It lives in every living being and everywhere we go, and when we understand it, she answers us. Erica was silent for a moment. The improvised campfire crackled softly.
You know you talk like a wise old man who's completely perched? That's what Ryud even said. I didn't always understand everything. She stared at him longer this time. He didn't look crazy. He had just grown up somewhere else. Okay. You have nothing. No gold. No weapons. No plan. But you seem decided. She sighed. Good. Listen. I don't like mystical stories and even less kids who fell from the sky. But if you want to go somewhere in this world, you need a guide. And me. I need something to do until the next prime. She held out her hand. We have an agreement. I help you not to die. You make me rich one day. Or at least, you entertain me. Kiba shook his hand with a smile. Deal done, Erica. Just then, the ground suddenly vibrated under their feet. A rumble rose from the depths of the earth. The walls of the cave trembled. Pebbles fell from the ceiling. What was that? Kiba whispered, standing up. Erica jumped to her feet and grabbed her rifle. An earthquake? No, it's not natural. A muffled roar echoed beneath their feet. Then the ground exploded. A gigantic creature bursts out in a swirl of sand, a glass of sand or like a tower, its body covered in stone-colored scales, bristling with black fangs. His eyes were a murky red infected with dark energy. Kiba drew back, wide-eyed. What's this thing? A glass of dune, but it is much bigger than normal. Erica shouldered her rifle and loaded enchanted bullets. She aimed at the eye. The magic shot exploded against the creature, but the bullet ricocheted off its thick leather. Too solid, his skin is like living rock. The monster screamed a sound so low that it made the air vibrate. Then he rushed towards them, digging the earth in a straight line, fast despite its size. Erica grabbed Kiba by the hand. Course. Right now! They rushed out of the cave, chased by the creature that tore the ground behind them like paper. With every meter, the sand collapsed. Erica slipped on a stone, almost fell. But Kiba caught up with her in extremis. We're never going to sew him, he shouted. So we have to stop it. You didn't say you know how to use your aura? Kiba paused for a moment, eyes wide open. Yes, but I don't know if I can do it on my own. It's a huge beast. We end up in his stomach. Kiba took a deep breath. He put a hand on the floor. My father used to say to me, listen to the world, he will answer you. He closed his eyes. Around him, the wind slows down. The sand seemed to stop in the air. A soft light, invisible, rose from the ground and enveloped him gently. Erica drew back. Agape. What's this thing? Kiba opened his eyes again. They shone dimly with a golden light. I'm going to try something. Kiba planted his feet in the sand, clenched his fist. The air around him became heavy, charged with ancient energy. A pale golden light swirled around his arm. What are you doing? Erica whispered, wide-eyed. He saw himself around his forearm like a living vortex. The wind whipped his face and his feather scarf shook violently. The sand swirled around him without touching him. The worm appears just a few meters away, mouth wide open. Kiba shouted. Aura! Cannon! He jumped up, his fist full of energy, and slammed with all his might right on the monster's head. A flash of light flashed across the scene, followed by a dull, hollow boom, like a cracked bell. The fist pierced the beast's armor like a saucepan too thin, shattering its stone scales.
A heart-rending cry rose from the glass, which immediately sank into the sand in a last gasp of pain. "Be quiet." Then the sand slowly fell back. The creature had disappeared, defeated, or on the run. Kiba, she tenses, fell to her knees, the energy around him evaporates slowly. His arm trembled. Erica ran to him, open-mouthed. "You just smashed a giant glass of sand." "I used the aura, as my father taught me," he whispered. "You're creepy."
Hold!
Really creepy. But in his eyes shone with something more than a simple surprise. A glimmer of admiration. And maybe a hint of respect. She reached out to help him up. "Okay, contract reviewed, you are entitled to 30% of the final treasure now."
What?
"I was the one who hit him." "Yes, but without me you would have ended up in a giant glass burrito. You need an agent who beats."
And I take it dearly.
They began to laugh, despite the exhaustion, while Kiba and Erica caught their breaths. At the top of a promontory, between shadow and sun, a hooded figure, motionless, observed them. A long black coat waved behind him, and under his hood, two red eyes gently twinged. In his palm, a sphere of dark energy swirled slowly. A hooded figure, motionless, watched them. A long black coat waved behind him, and under his hood, two red eyes gently twinged. In his palm, a sphere of dark energy swirled slowly. He said nothing. He didn't need to speak. The kid is alive. Humanity will be chasing. Ryu's blood flows through his veins. A man's hoarse voice echoed through the void, like a whisper that didn't need air to spread. Then another voice speaks to him. "Interesting." And without a sound he disappeared in a black smoke. Erica walked alongside Kiba, who was still holding her arm, tired after her attack. The sun was slowly sinking on the horizon. The sand crunched under their feet. She glanced at him regularly, looking thoughtful.
You say you're 6 years old?
"Yes."
What for?
She did not answer at once. Then she stopped, her hands on her hips, and looked west. "You know, that sandworm was a creature of rank a copyrighty."
Normally, I'm not even supposed to come close to it with my rank 1.
"So what?" She turned back to him, suddenly looking very serious.
So, if I bring back the remains of the creature or even a second report to the guild, will they believe me?
"No."
But if I sign you up for the guild, you, there, the little boy fallen from the sky who smites monsters like an ancient warrior."
She held up a finger as if to illustrate her idea.
"I'm moving up the ranks. I received the bonus. How about you? You can travel freely, have access to missions, equipment and information to find your primordial creatures. Win-win? No."
Kiba seemed to think. "You want to use me?"
No. I want to sign you up. It's not the same.
She winked at him.
And you need me to fill out the forms?
He frowned, but finally smiled.
All right.
"But you don't steal my steps."
Honest market. 70% for me, 30% for you. Erica? Okay.
50%, but if you fall into a trap, I keep the whole thing. He laughs again.
Thank you for seeing the video. I hope you enjoyed it. For more content, subscribe. Chapter 2 will be released soon this week.